Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Can you hear me okay? Stick that in the chat. Okay, let's.
Ladies and gentlemen, lock your doors, hide your timeline.
Hi, Defender. Can you hear me? So I'm just trying to try something out. I can't hear nothing. Let me try and. Try here.
Out from the shadows, dripping neon green.
Okay, you can hear me. Okay, I can't hear my music, so I'm just practicing. I'm just going to. Just going to. What am I going to do? I'm going to try and hear myself. Bear with me a second.
Ladies and gentlemen, lock your doors, hide your timeline. He's back. Out from the shadows, dripping neon green. Breaking every narrative you've ever seen. Static in the signal, glitching through the feed.
Right, I can hear it now. Right, let's proceed with the intro. I'll be back in a minute.
Ladies and gentlemen, lock your doors, hide your timeline. He's back. Out from the shadows, dripping neon green. Breaking every narrative you've ever seen. Static in the signal, glitching through the feed. Too loud to cancel, too strange to conceive. The mask, the myth, the legend. You tears while the internet trembles and the comment section burns. Shells are plenty lining up in rows, selling yesterday's stories. signal gets stranger, and the slime never sleeps.
Good afternoon, good afternoon. So a test stream to try out the new intro. The microphone I hope still works. I have got a new one coming this weekend. The stream is, I'll start on a very positive outlook. Should I? The good news is that Baby Slime has got his first toothies coming through. It's come through slightly, bottom gum rather. So hence the title, The Tooth Hurts. Yeah, and he's now biting me with it. So it's very painful. Where was I? Okay. Let's get straight into something I wanted to show and talk about. It's just going to be me talking about a few things. Let's see if I can share the screen. Let me just see what I'm doing. Bear with me a second. So, recently, last week, I believe this article came out across the media. Virginia Giuffre accused Prince Andrew's team of hiring internet trolls to tarnish her name after she made bombshell ex-abuse allegations. I've been saying for months and months, so long before this came out, about Virginia Giuffre having accused Andrew of this, of people being paid on behalf of Harry and Meghan, etc., of causing distractions, minor people online, people with, mere small channels. And I've been told I was being daft. Well, I don't think so. I think people are being paid to discredit, tarnish, wreck, ruin people online, because it takes you away from the likes of Andrew, it takes you away from the likes of Harry and Meghan. So I just thought that was quite a good. Thought it was just quite a good thing. And if this the revelation comes after the Met Police began actively looking at claims that the former Duke asked his bodyguard and the then Queen's press office to dig up dirt on her, in brackets, Virginia Giuffre. That's very telling. That's very telling. I hope Laura Poirot is watching, because she, last time I spoke. Hello, Flop. I'll put the link in the chat if you want to come up. Laura, before I took my break, you wanted to know a lot of, you asked a lot of questions, and you'd been, what's the word? You hadn't obviously seen a lot of my material in the past, so you was unaware of what I'd been doing, revealing and exposing. So if you are about, be sure to watch more upcoming streams. Stop sharing that. If you're watching on Papa Slime, you may not see the chat because I'm streaming mainly on at Slime Undeterred. That's very true, Alex. That's very true. I've been saying this for ages. And I still am adamant that Trevor was not cleared by the Sun. The whole thing about them having done that article on him, was it last year? No, it wasn't him being cleared. There was no sufficient evidence for the police to enact on anything. Hence, no further persecution. No worries, Flop. No worries. Slime is back and undeterred. What was I looking for? Oh, yes. If I can find... bear with me a second. I'm so out of the loop with Restream. I'm trying to play video from the PC. Okay. Share. My PC's a bit slow, so I've got, along with a microphone, I've got a decent external hard drive coming at the weekend. So bear with if I'm lagging. And I've also been trying to make sure that been trying to connect my, what do you call it? Booster routers, whatever you want to call them. Let me see if I can find it. What I was going to... It would help if I titled videos, but I don't, which is a pain up my bum. Just searching for something, if I can find it. Where are you? Where are they? Oh, it's pain in the backside, but I can't find. No, can't find it. No. I'd have to dig it out sometime and put it out. Let's read the chat. Yeah, Defender says the Royals knew about Andrew. Flop's going to be up in 5 or so minutes. Hello, Lottie. Hope you're okay. Yeah, I'm good, thanks. Hopefully one day they will name who it is that's been paid. LOL. Would be very interesting. Glad baby is doing good. Thank you, Lottie. Hope you're well. I'll check my messages later. I did respond to you last night. I just haven't checked today. Hello, Maria. Hi, Slime and chat. Andrew had a huge black eye in the paper this week. Has there been any info on how he got that? Can I speculate? Allegedly speculate. It's been well. The Megxit folk and royal commentators all suggest that prior to the past week or two, that William has been very frustrated with Andrew, and hasn't there been allegations of William having hit Harry, which I don't necessarily think is true, but it's been an allegation. So there's also been the Megxit, that delusional Harry and Meghan fans claim have made really ghastly accusations about William. Also, I'm not going to even go into it, but about violence. But again, let's not. So it's all speculative. Alleged and whatnot. No worries, Lottie. I'll check my messages later. Finally, I've got a few hours to myself. So, having said that, I'm in between cleaning the bathroom and streaming at the minute. It was very bizarre, Alex, of people defending Andrew, but not bizarre because said person was, what's the word? Friendly with officers that knew, not officers, but army folk who knew Andrew. Very telling. There's a channel on YouTube, a parody channel. I can't think what it's called now. I quite like it. They make funny videos of Andrew. Let me see if I can find it. Yeah, it's called the Crew Kern Cassette. They make AI videos about, I don't know, the likes of Sir U-Turn Starmer, and the likes of Andrew and that. They're quite funny videos. So I was sorting out my office a couple of days ago and trying to stream, but it just, I found wires I didn't know where led to where, so I ended up just unplugging them and routing them. For some reason, my office is like downstairs, and it's like what should be a dining room, but it's my office really, and it's going to be like to store baby stuff, and like as it gets older. And it had, when we moved in, it had like really crappy lino, and my chair had, I wasn't aware, but it's been making indents into the lino and making it trip hazard. So I've got to sort that out. I didn't know this. I read something the other day on the Titanic, rather than use actual marble for floors, they used marble effect lino, which I thought was quite a good fact, because obviously it's not as heavy, so it wouldn't be heavy, whereas marble would weigh quite a lot. So yeah, on the Titanic, first class, they used lino flooring. So you learn something new every day. Thank you, Maria. That's very kind. I have tried to message you on Discord, but I don't know if you've got that account anymore. But to answer your question about Andrew properly, I think personally, I think it's an in-family fight. That's just a feud that's happened. But wasn't he met by somebody who approached him on the street or something in Windsor recently? Less slippery. That's true. I mean, it wouldn't have helped when the boat sunk, but too soon. Sorry. What level, what thickness of lino do people recommend? Because we bought lino for our bathroom upstairs, and we had it put in the kitchen, and I regret buying it because no matter how thick it is, it just seems to be shite, and you know, accidentally drop a knife on the floor, you pierce the lino. Drop the nail brush, a nail clipper on the floor, and it again caused an indentation mark, like a rip mark in the bathroom. If anyone would like to come, I know Flop's about to join, but if anyone else would like to pop up and have a chat, I do prefer chatting, interacting. I do prefer having someone to interact with. You can't drop knives on the floor now. I mean, to be fair, if people go around London with knives, I think I'm allowed to drop a knife or two on my kitchen floor. If you're watching on Papa Slime channel, you might not be able to interact with the chat properly. So if you go on to, if you subscribe and head over to at Slime Undeterred, you'll be able to read the chat properly in its entirety. Watch out. I know. The layout's all changed. I'm trying to figure out what I'm doing. Yeah. Okay, Flop. Go to my other channel on YouTube. Go to @Slime Undeterred. I'll put the link. Bear with me a second. I'll post it on the link for the stream. Bear with me a second. Go to @plus copy YouTube. I'll post it on the community page of both channels if it helps. and then I'm going to go. Right, so it's on the community page on the main on the Slime Undeterred. Switch account, public Slime. Okay, go to channel, community page. Right, you should be able to see the link for Restream on the community post page of both channels. Hi Denise. Yeah, not bad, thank you. Yourself? No worries. I think it's Sarah, isn't it? Not Sarah. I always forget. I do apologise. Hope you're well. So, some of you may know, some of you might not know, I have really bad sleep apnea, and I saw a clinician or doctor, whatever they're called, last week, and they reiterated that I stop breathing like 18 times a night, and got given a machine, sleep apnea machine, but they called like a CPAP machine, and I couldn't get used to it. And then they gave me an adaptation. It felt like I was drowning in. It just felt awful. So now they're suggesting a tooth guard, which is quite intrusive, or failing that surgery to get like something put in my chest that will make my tongue, will sap my tongue, will sap, or like a pulsing sap thing on my tongue to put the tongue back to train it. Again, that's very intrusive, but yeah. Oh balls. But yeah. So my okay. Hold fire, Flop. I will email it to you. Give me a second. Can't think what I was going to do. Oh yeah, email Flop. So copy. Hang on. Where's that link? I'm so out of thing with this. Every second. Oh, hang on, who's that? I think it's Flop. Oh, okay. Cool, because I was struggling. Hello, Flop.
Hi, mate. Can you hear me?
Yeah, you managed. Oh, cool. You managed to do it. Cool.
Yeah, I don't know what happened. It for some reason. Right, hang on, 2 secs. Hang on. I don't know. Right, if I do this, I think. Right, I'm still here. No, that's right. I had to get rid of a tab. It was it. Yeah. Anyway, I don't know what happened, but I couldn't find the link, and then I came back on here and refreshed it, and then I could see the link in the chat. So everything's okay now.
People have been saying this though for the last couple of weeks when I've done like little streams of an evening, like for 10 minutes or something. People have been saying they can't find any links, or but I don't know whether I've been posting the link in both chats on because I'm streaming on 2 channels,
right?
And I don't know whether it's a problem on my end or whether it's just YouTube or VStream, but
that's weird, isn't it? I reckon it might be. I think it might be Restream because it always seems to be with Restream. This happens.
Yeah, I mean, I do prefer Restream because it's easier for me, but then StreamYard. But again, Restream's always having issues.
Yeah, you would have thought this. It's like the mobile phones, isn't it? You would have thought this day and age they would have made them better, like better signal and better, you know, whatever.
Yeah, it's just I'm not a fan of like modern day technology because like when it comes to like apps and because they're continuously doing updates to these, like when you got like an iPhone, they're always doing updates, and so you've got to continuously update this and update that, and then it locks you out of when it does the updates. It locks you out, and if you don't remember your password, it's like, you know, I don't want to keep being updated. I just want what I've got.
Yeah.
It's like and even like playing games now, like on, you know, buying FIFA or Formula One game. You can't get a physical disc. You've got to have it downloaded, and then you've got to buy this to go with that. And I'm like, I don't understand. I just want physical disc to put in the Xbox, right, and play. I don't want to be buying extra. If I have to buy the extra, I'd rather just buy it all at once, right?
Yeah.
And just have it. I don't want the nonsense of having to buy additional stuff when I could just have it all at once. I'm quite happy. If I really want it that badly, I'd have it, but all at once. I don't want to be buying X, Y, Z. It's just pointless. It really pisses me off. And even like reading like newspaper apps now, like Daily Mail, you can't just read it now.
No, you can't. You have to pay, and I'm not fucking paying, bastards.
You got to pay to be ad free. Then you got to pay to be a Plus member, and then it's like, hang on a minute. So you got adverts on the free version, right? And then you're saying, so you're getting revenue through the ads, but do you want me to then be ad free, which is pointless because, well, it doesn't really make that much of a difference reading the articles. And then to read the articles that are really good, you have to then pay to read them. I'm like, hang on a minute. But there is an app, there is a website you can use that bypasses like you put the link for the article you want to read, and it goes it takes away the hidden wall, so you haven't got to pay. But again, it's a ball's ache. Like it is. You know, and if you buy a real paper these days, you get very little in it, and it's 2 days out of date effectively, because by the time you get to read it, you know, there's been updates and all sorts.
Yeah, exactly. We don't need newspapers anymore.
No, and it's just I just want a very basic and simple way of living where you buy something, you get what you get. You're not all these extra fucking things you then find out you have to get later on.
Yeah, that's right. It's ridiculous. You know, we need to start a petition.
Yeah. I've just been reading something. A Somalian or Sudanese, I've heard different things this morning, has been arrested after attempted beheading in Belfast as knife man tackled by hero. It ain't just me that's thinking this. What is going on with people from certain parts of the world going around with knives?
Well, it's because they think they're invincible. They think they can come here and do what they did like hundreds of years ago. It's just history repeating itself. But instead of our government doing the right thing and putting schools and policing into proper education, like get the facts on history, we're in this mess because of them. You know.
I know. And then you've got that the Nottingham three that were murdered.
Yeah.
Right, by someone of a background. I'm not fully aware of their personal background, but family just let this person who was a proper psycho maniac, literally, who had been arrested by the police before, tasered and all sorts. Literally, the family didn't intervene. They just let this kid, this grown up, go around and eventually freak out on people and then murder them. Like, I really can't. Like, there's not enough people getting help for mental health in this country. You don't need extra people coming from around the world who may have significant mental, where they've come from a background where such violence is condoned.
Well, this is the thing. They know full well what they're doing when they get here. It's not about them wanting a better life. It's the fact that they've They've already said it years ago. They're coming to dominate. And unless we, you know, if you go to like some of these countries, if you go right into the slums, if you like, and ask the people, they'll say, no, we we don't get a chance. These are genuine people that need actual homes, want to come here for a better life because they're being bullied and tortured by their own, by these ones that are not letting them come to England because they're genuine. It's all, you know, they get pushed aside. And if you go and talk to these people, they say, no, it's them. It's not the West. We have to, they're killing and torturing their own people, for crying out loud. They won't even let all the villages and everything that they destroy in their own country and all the genuine kids over there, like, you know, they won't let them come over here for a better life. And they're the actual refugees that are trying to escape them. So someone make it make sense.
You know? I know, and I mean, there's not always bad eggs in a pack of eggs, but there was a guy that worked for me years ago. He was Somalian, and he was actually really nice. And he was the ideal person to case study of, like, in my opinion, you can get people that come over and make better life for themselves. It's just the ones that fucking wreck, like, that go out of their way to make life hell for everybody else. Like,
that's right.
If you want to do that, do it back
where in your own country.
Well, I don't like using that phrase, but okay, it does. It is what really. It is really what it is, basically. You know, we all have to, you know, what's the word? Lump it and like it. You know, why can't they?
Well, yeah, this is it. It's you know, they're very good at, they've worked around a very good way of playing the victim, but thankfully people are waking up now, because it's the same in, like, Israel. Palestine starts shit, then they'll project and deflect and blame it everything. And of course, everyone, because they believe a one-sided story, because they decide that they hate Israel, they think, oh well, it's just things like that. And you think, oh, for crying out loud, why can't everyone just bloody get on?
What the hell is like, why the hell would they allow Hezbollah to literally who in their own right, like the Lebanese, why are they allowing Hezbollah, an organisation run by Iran, to operate in their own country? Like,
oh, it's all about control, isn't it? Money and control.
And then they go, oh, why are we being attacked? Because that Hezbollah, on behalf of Iran, wants to attack Israel. Like, you know, if you know there's people in the country that are going to cause repercussions for yourself, intervene.
Yeah, that's right.
When Trump said to the Iranians, basically, we can help you, you got to overthrow your the Iranian, you got to overthrow your leader, basically, in Iran.
Yeah.
They moaned for years and years about being oppressed, and when they were given the chance to overthrow, they didn't come out. They didn't come out.
No,
he said, take to the streets.
Yeah.
Where were they?
They're scared, aren't they? They're scared.
Yeah, but you know, you either are that scared, or but if you're going to be, if they're going to kill you anyway, you might as well do something about it.
Well, yeah, you got a point. I think the way they group together over in the UK to dominate, because they know they can get away with it over here. They wouldn't dare do it in their own country, because they'd be beheaded one by one with a public arena, like back in the medieval times. You see it all the time. So they come over here, and they come here and breed here, if you like, and then they start their little gangs and armies, and then they sort of like gang up like they used to every week on a Saturday in central London. It's just what they're breeding. They're taught hatred. They're taught to hate white people. They're taught to hate Jews. They're taught to hate anybody who criticises them. And it's, you know, and then you've got the Takia, so you can't always trust them. And I used to work for a guy actually down the road, and he's from Iran, and he just laid it all out on the table, showed me the evidence. He said, look, if push comes to shove, we're not your friends. If it all kicks off in this country, we'd turn against you. And I shook his hand and I said, thank you for being honest. And he said, you won't get many of that. I'm not bragging, but, you know, even his sisters, when they come over to visit, as soon as they get off land at Heathrow, they take their burqas off, kiss the ground, and they stay here for, you know, as long as possible. So, you know, we can't be that bad.
I know. I know.
2 secs. I've just got to get me drink. Hang on.
Alex has posted. I saw so and so making more doxing threats to Footsie and Isabella. Okay. What was the other one? He subs. No, he's all talk, constant begging for cash. He's putting people off.
Right. So I'm back. Did you mention Tricky earlier? Is he still around?
Well, I don't know. I've somebody was telling me that apparently he's no longer part of this community. I did not know that. I've not been watching. Apparently he's wanting to be a politician or something again.
He's still doing. Oh God.
Yeah, apparently he's trying to what's the word? Distance himself from this community.
Well, that's a bit too late for that. It's a bit tricky, really. Oh my God, I'm going to have to do a live about this tomorrow. Right, he's caused all this shit, and then he just decides to fuck off and leave everyone else to pick up the pieces so that he can start a brand new, fresh start trying to be a politician. Well, your past is going to catch up with you, Tricks.
Yeah, the thing is,
it doesn't mean to say this is going to go away. I'm going to ring the people up.
It's just clickbaiting. He hasn't got any serious intent on doing that. It's just something for content.
Yeah, I suppose. Yeah,
you're never going to get cleared by the.
No, I wouldn't let him. I'd be his thorn in his side until he says sorry to all his victims and gets put in jail. I like I did with the Sun newspaper. I would bring them up, make them put it on hold, and let them get away. Let them do what they got to do. Because normally if you ring up, what they'll do is like the guy did with me. He stopped it. He stopped the news article coming out, right? And I can see the bigger picture of why they done it this way, right? And he wasn't very happy about it. And in a way, that was a blessing in disguise. And then they went ahead and done it anyway.
Yeah, but they would never have. They had no choice but to post something about him, which basically just reiterated that he wasn't found guilty of any wrongdoing, but he wasn't cleared of anything because there was
because all the cops.
Yeah. So, but also he caused a stink about it around what was it? The November. My brain's gone funny now. The what do you call it? Bollocks. Around Veterans Month in November. So it was someone were never going to attack a veteran in that month. They had no choice but to post something that would appease Trevor.
Yeah. Well,
he threatened to sue them. So,
this is it. Because the guy that contacted me, the guy that wrote the article, I was speaking to him and he sounded like a bit like not inexperienced, but very out of the loop with the facts about tricking. I said, look, go and dig into it, whether you can do anything about it or not. If you have to put the story out, put it out. But I'm asking, so I wasn't stopping the story from coming out. I was just delaying it to make sure the guy who was writing it got the facts of the whole story first, which he went back and did, because the other guy, Rob, I think it's Rob Perry, from years ago, he was involved with a tricky thing years and years ago. He actually contacted me as well. They are obviously aware of the situation, but they have to go by what the police said anyway. So of course, I knew, but I just wanted the guy to look at the facts first, because then he's got notes for later date. Do you know what I mean? So I knew what I was doing there, but I knew it was still going to go ahead anyway. It was just frustrating that the guy couldn't get everything he needed beforehand. You know what I mean? So he really literally had no choice, like you said. But tricky.
They effectively got somebody off the newsroom floor to go, can you do a thing about this? Someone that would usually do, I don't know, articles on the world's weirdest goldfish or something, and they go, right, you can go and do an article about this. This person had no idea what they're doing. They had no journalistic knowledge.
And with And this is what really pisses me off about journalists. They don't always get their facts right, and this is why I wanted to make a bit of a hoo-ha about it, just to point out not about the tricky thing and the injustice there, but the fact that news articles and these reporters don't bother to get the facts correctly first. No wonder everyone's always writing. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's like Trevor himself, right? So he claims to be a what do they call him, fucking online journalist, because he talks a load of bullshit online. Yeah. So last year there was something about a football story, and he basically he hasn't got the first clue about football, by the way. He wouldn't be wearing an England shirt because, for starters, he's not English. But anyhow, he posted something about a story about Gary Neville in relation to football. It was a story that had happened. Because he doesn't know about football, he got the whole story wrong. I'm like, you're just posting something from the internet, trying to get some clicks to your channel, but you're not aware of the story, and you're putting your own stance on the story, but you don't know what the story's about.
Yeah,
it's just silly. It's just
yeah. It's just oh dear. But they'll, yeah, but you could be right actually, because I can't see him being able to get into anywhere. He, like you said, it makes sense for him to just make that all talk.
It's just a way of keeping himself relevant, but obviously it worked because everyone's still talking about it. So,
well, yeah. So, or maybe some of his paid members, the grannies, got fed up with him, keep getting involved, keep starting shit. Maybe they quietly had a word with him and say, look, either all this shit or we're leaving. You don't know what's happened, really, why he's really gone.
Exactly.
We know it's so dodgy, though, that's for fucking sure. That ginger can't go nowhere without having a bloody, I don't know, having to look over his shoulders. I mean, for fuck's sake. Is he still hiding in bushes? Is he still that ginger, still hiding in bushes? Bright carrot ginger, making it obvious. It's like as bright as your balaclava slime. Oh my God. He'll be standing in the bush making it himself obvious because of his glow-in-the-dark hair.
Well, that would explain why he likes going into Aldi to hide from people, because, they do that toy, don't they? What's it called? Jarrett the Carrot or whatever it's called.
Oh, yeah.
So he obviously fits right in Aldi.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, God. Have you heard the latest?
On
collections. She might coming back. She's probably going to team up with Michelle again, because both of them, no one likes either of them. So they're going to have to gang together again. This is going to be funny. We've got two of them to take the piss out of now.
Oh, she's still not died of embarrassment from the time she said I was Tricky's best mate, Charlie. That was like the worst video ever. Like, literally.
Yeah, I know. I don't know how these people can even show their faces after they've been proven time and time again. Even Melty the other day on my thing, she apologised first, didn't she, for lying about me working with Fifi and whatever, and then she decided, hang on a sec, that dickhead part of her brain woke up and said, no, you're not supposed to think like that. You're not supposed to think of the truth. You have to lie because that's all you know. And then she tried again, didn't she? And then I just said to her, basically, go and prove it. Come back when you got the proof. Goodbye. Do you know what I mean? They've got nothing. I know, I mean, personally, I haven't got much content at the moment, but at least I try and do something. I don't go around, do you know what I mean? For fuck's sake. Go around fabricating stories about people. I mean, you're going to get found out, aren't you? For goodness sake.
Yeah, Lottie's made a good point. Tricky said Beckham was taking over in Victor's games. He was wrong, and then said Starmer was going. Got that wrong too. The dickhead is useless with his sources and inside information. Embarrassing.
Oh my God. Can you imagine? Oh my God. Do you know what he's going to do? He's going to end up going to work for BBC, and then there's going to be riots all around the world because he'll keep getting it all wrong. He'll keep guessing. There's going to be a nuclear war because of Ginge.
I know it's just I don't know. I mean, obviously, the only people that really take him seriously are the old coffin dodgers. Was, you know, their memory so they don't know what he said one day to the next, so they'll just take in whatever he says. But so that's, you know, you've got Debs and all that. You know, one day they think he's Trevor, the next day they think he's Tricky, the next day they think he's Charlie, the next day they think he's Keir Starmer. So,
wow, so fuck's sake. Yeah, I think he's targeted the right audience for himself there, hasn't he? He's the Gulliver Bunch.
I've said it before. What is a supposed alleged straight gentleman, well, straight man of a white straight male of 40? How old is he? 45, 50?
No, he's nearly 60, I think.
Is he?
I don't know.
Okay, well, I think he's approaching 50, if anything. I think he's 50, just over 50. Right?
Yeah.
What is a man approaching middle age? What is he doing hanging around online with old women?
Well, he's obviously going through the change. That's why he's hanging about in bushes with his bright fluorescent hair, ginger orange hair. He's lost the plot. He's going through the change, the menopause. He thinks he's been taking the tablets, isn't he? He's going for a sex change. And the old grannies have been advising him in the background because he keeps getting it wrong.
I mean, you've got to feel sorry for Debs because, you know, during the day she's cleaning bogs and wiping shit off walls, and for night time she's then clearing up Tricky shit as well. So, you know, my heart goes out to her, you know, having to be the shit stirrer and the shit cleaner.
Oh, God. Oh, my giddy aunt. Whatever next.
Yeah, Defender's saying Tricky's 50 plus.
50, right, okay then. Right. Well, at his age, women will start calling him a dirty old man. Can you imagine what really goes on in his bunker? Can you imagine? I bet he's got a secret bunker full of pornography and women. I bet his room, his man cave, looks like Mr. Mercedes, seen out of Mr. Mercedes.
I've said this before. There's also, it's always the ginger ones, the pale ginger ones, that have a tendency to go for certain women who may or may not come from bridal magazines or from countries that are prone to getting, you know, tsunamis or earthquakes. Right, that's a fact. Right, it's always the ginger ones. It's always the ugly, pale ginger ones that have to go for women that don't belong, that have not come from this country, that don't know that them kind of men are basically
perverts,
you know, rejects that our women wouldn't touch with a barge pole. Yeah, you know, so.
Yeah, English women just don't want him. He's never married an Englishman because they don't want him.
It's just because he's pale, ginger, ugly, and dodgy as fuck.
Well, I'm ginger, but I'm not dodgy as fuck. Well,
I mean, I'm just saying, there's a thing you don't get. You don't necessarily see ginger women, white ginger women going to get
bushes,
or get men from certain countries. Like, you don't go getting a Thai groom for a white woman, do you? With ginger hair, it doesn't really happen.
Oh no, absolutely not.
So it's always a one-way street usually. So
yeah. Oh goodness, Tricky, what are we going to do with you? I don't know what we're going to do with him. It's absolutely ridiculous. And what's Fifi been up to? Has she gone to see the baby yet?
What baby?
Tricky travels across the country for a shag. Oh my God. Whatever next. He's like Gulliver Travels, isn't he? We're going to have to think of a nickname for him. What's a travelling harlot? Gonna have to think of a name. I'll have to think about that one. Oh God, everyone's going to start thinking he's a ginger sex worker. Gonna have to dye his hair. But yeah, it's so yeah. I mean, we just like to expose the truth over here and just mock, not only mocking those who have made other people's lives hell. We're the victims' voices. Oh, it's lying.
I don't really want to say I am anymore. I think.
Okay, fair enough.
I think because they are full to themselves. I sympathise with them, but I just think they go back to their what's the word? Their aggressors and take on more of their shite. So
yeah, that's true.
You know, but it's the same people. They say, oh, so and so's saying nasty words about me, and then they go and give them time and significance by making that platform known to others. Well,
yeah,
to me, it's a bit like Stockholm syndrome. So
yeah, and it's not just where they go; it's what they say when they get there.
I've got no problem with anyone going anywhere. It's just don't say that they're a shite person and then give them a platform and then give them credence by platforming them. Just like
don't be two-faced. This is it. Just people need to not be two-faced.
Go where you want, but don't come back and say, "Oh, this person's terrible. Said this about me and whatever."
They're just shit stirring.
Don't if you want my help or you want to get somebody cancelled, fine, but don't then give. It's a bit like on X cancelling someone and then giving them like and then going on to their posts after they've slagged you off, and then basically boosting their posts that are totally stuff to do with nothing else other than about yourself, and then it begs belief.
Yeah, that's right. Maybe we should invent a little icon for them. So when they turn up on our chats, they'll have a icon. Their names will be like in purple or something, or yellow, bright yellow. No, hang on, wait. Orange, bright orange, with a little wooden spoon by the side of them, so we know exactly, what sort of people they are. They'll come up with orange spoons, and we know to kick them out or not believe their bullshit because they're here with their wooden spoons causing havoc.
And I like to say this. I would rather somebody doesn't subscribe if they can't handle naughty words or things being said about their favourite YouTubers. I really could not give a shit. Don't subscribe if you're going to get your feelings hurt about your favourite YouTubers, because I will say what I want to say, and I really would rather not have the subs if it's going to cause them a problem by hearing things that I've got to say.
Yeah, that's right. Fair enough.
I mean,
shut up, Alex.
It's just beggars belief how we've been exposed, but people have been exposed, and yet they're still platformed. It just
it's not right. But it's like anyone.
How can I keep getting channels taken down for copyright based on the videos that I'm exposing people about, right? But people can go around making death threats and attacking women and their young children, or do you know what I mean? How can that be tolerated? How can people go around making death threats to me and like yourself, right, on streams, and not lose their channel? But if I make a video and they can get my channel taken down for copyright. Yeah,
exactly. Doesn't make sense. weird stuff in central. Me, I am only loyal to my friends and legends. Well, no, that's it, Slime.
I just, if you know, if I've got something to say, I'll just say it. So
Yeah. It's people are fed up because they feel over the years they've walked on eggshells. And it's ridiculous. No one should have to walk on eggshells.
if I've got nothing of importance to say to anybody, why do my channels keep getting taken down for copyright? If my channels are irrelevant and have nothing of worth.
Well, that's it. They're just worried about what you might come across, especially Melty.
Mm.
So yeah, it is. It's crazy. These people just will not stop. It's just one thing after another.
There's always agendas in life. There's always agendas. It's just how people perceive things.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like I don't know. You know what we might perceive to be something is somebody else might perceive differently. I don't understand what Denise means, but that's her point of view.
Yeah.
It's a free country. Just don't
right.
come to me when you've been people made. I'm generalising, by the way. This goes to everybody. Don't come to me when you've had your eyes open to something. Somebody's opened your eyes to something about somebody, and then you claim to be aware of it, and then know that they're going to be a triggering person, and then go over there anyway, come back and then moan again.
Yeah.
It doesn't. It's effectively like taking your car back to the mechanics that fucked up, made your car even worse.
Yeah, that's right. And then doing something wrong to it again. And
then taking it back to the same place.
Yeah, and then it's just going to be a total system failure.
The only thing you can do is stop taking your car to that shitty garage and taking your car elsewhere to get help.
Yeah.
And then you don't go back on and give credence to that company that's fucked your car over.
No, that's right. I just think some people enjoy it.
I just think to myself that it's you hear the phrase, we want the truth, and then when the truth comes out, they just prefer the drama. I just think to myself, well, that's a shame, but
well, yeah, you're right. Because once the truth comes out about something, they'll create drama about something else, or they'll start fabricating stories about us.
I get, Alex. I don't have that is you have no choice but to watch.
It is underlying messages here. I don't know. Oh, you're talking to Slime, Denise.
No one's upset me. I don't know what that means.
Yeah, it's it's quite exhausting, really, if you think about it. Well, it's probably more exhausting for them because that's all they seem to do all day is channel hop, and then moan when we say something about where we've seen them. We don't, like Slime just said, we don't care where you go. But me personally and others think it's really out of order that when you get there, you completely change the topic and want to dominate the chat and like the video of what it's what you say when you get there. Do you know what I mean? There's a for example, someone could be doing a live about something, I don't know, to do with cows or something. And for example, you know, one of them could come along and start moaning about me, you, da 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 da. It's very organised if you sit back and watch. Do you know what I mean?
I do. Denise, do you mean like the time that person that Alex has been mentioning in the chat threatened to slit my throat open, and now everyone's over that channel forgetting that matter, like cozying up to that person even though they know that they threatened to slit my throat open?
Yeah.
You know, people forget. So if that's what you mean,
I ain't friendly with Candle. What, you mean the Candle thing?
well, no. Denise says, I mean, some people threaten a person physically, then another person closes up to them. Well, that's what Candle did to me, and now people are over there aware of what he said and did.
Oh right, I see. Yeah,
and
I know. Yeah,
despite saying it's abhorrent, I'll prop it up that channel. Do you see what I'm saying?
yeah. No, I see.
But then when they go for that person, they then come to me for help.
Yeah, exactly.
What are you expecting from that person if you know what they did to me, for example?
It doesn't make sense. Why would they moan about him doing that and then go and, like, you know, help him? Doesn't make sense.
I don't know. Hello, Cheryl.
It's all a bit bizarre, to be honest. But it's like I said to Candor in the thing, you know, we're not besties. Do you know what I mean? But we'll agree to get on, not, you know, in other words, not fight. Because I had to make it clear to him that I didn't start shit with him. He mentioned my name, so I thought back my right to reply, and then he made it out, blah blah blah. But I think he realises that now, and he knows, you know, it's just not worth it.
If he doesn't want to, you know,
tricky and thingamajig.
If they stop using me for content, then I don't have anything to say about them because I've done my bit exposing them. I've done my turn.
Yeah.
Everyone's welcome to start their own channel to do their own exposés and investigative work.
Yes.
I've done what I can.
That's right. You can only lead a deer to water at the end of the day. It's yeah. But yeah, I think, yes, go on.
Oh no, it's just frustrating. Like, oh, I don't know. It's just so what's the word? Algorithmic now, where everyone's fragmented now, where everyone's everywhere and no one actually knows. It's a bit like Chinese whispers. No one actually knows what the fuck originated from where.
No, and they've done that on purpose, I think. Yeah, it's very, very obvious that there's been some deliberate, willful chaos going on. Oh, right, I get it now, Denise. Yeah, I see what... Yeah, I can see why, like, some people are a bit worried, but people should know me by now. If people want to come up on my channel and talk, as long as they're not threatening or rude, then they can stay, because I'll hear their side. But as soon as they start, like Milty did the other day, she's off.
It's funny, because I was the one that originated... I was the first person really to get everybody from any position, any take on any argument, right? I'll quote the phrase from either side on my channel to have their say, right? And it was people like Melty that was like, oh, you can't do that, you know, you can't have everybody from everywhere on your channel. And now she does it all the time.
Yeah.
Like, well, I get slagged. So it's all right. So I can't do fucking nothing, but these people can. It's like, you know, if it wasn't for me doing that, people would still be, you know, getting, you know, having both sides heard. Probably would probably be none the wiser to most people now.
Well, yeah, no, exactly. You done the right thing, and that's what they were scared of. And I forgot what I was going to say now. Oh, for fuck's sake, I hate it when that happens. Oh my God, it was quite important as well.
I can see Odette in the chat. I'm not going to attack her. If anything, I want to apologise because I might have gone a bit too over the hill on you last year. I just felt a sense of double standard, blatantly, fully aware of what that person was like, and then you're over there like as if he ain't done nothing wrong. But you've anyway, forget about it. I've said what I've said.
Mm. And it's like Melty, she lies about me, but who does she have on her channel? She'd right up Fifi's ass. She's the one that has Fifi up on her channel. Fifi is too scared to talk to me because she knows I've got a few cars in my pocket, and she knows.
Who was it that said don't have Fifi on your channel? Michelle.
Yeah, Melty. Yeah. What's she going to do? Have Fifi? Or she's over there getting all up her arse. She's making it very obvious that herself is working alongside Fifi. I mean, for fuck, make it make sense. This thing, I'm not even going to call it a girl. It's just totally alien. I don't even think it was really born. I think it was just some sort of wank stain that developed from the grass or something. I mean, for her to, in front of all her subs, have Fifi on, getting all friendly, and then they see her lie about me.
People saw it. People saw Michelle Melty slagging me off for having her on my channel.
Mm-hmm.
But no one remembers that now. Like, I was getting slammed left, right, and centre for doing that. But now it's all right because it's Melty. But if Slime does something, oh no, he's the worst person ever.
That's because Melty's working with Fifi. That is, you know, that is what's happening. And that's why all her subs are okay about it as well. Do you know what I mean?
I don't think I've commented on it, but I just want to. Isn't it funny, Melty, how Kaylee's fucked you over? You know, who didn't see that coming? Only Stevie Wonder wouldn't have fucking seen that coming.
Yeah, I bet you feel a bit stupid now, don't you, Melty?
You know, but that's what you get, Melty, for propping up Kaylee and Gertie Rude. So,
yeah, you know, that's what happened. You know, that's why Michelle is trying to now get up my arse, because no one likes her. No one wants her around. She's got the desperate energy, desperate to be liked, desperate to get involved in something. She's got that vibe. She's always had that vibe about her, to be frank. But yeah, she's like clutching at straw. Tries to get up my arse the other night, then realises she can't because she might be collections useful idiot again in a little while. So she had to try and start again. So they've got no evidence whatsoever. They've got fuck all because they are the ones doing it. But Melty, she has that desperate energy. Instead of her sitting with herself, getting the help she needs to learn to be at least half decent human being, then she just needs to stay in her bunker in the basement and leave everyone alone.
yeah. I mean, I think you've summed it up pretty much what I would have said in a way, Flop.
I mean, it's not normal behaviour, isn't it? I mean, people smoke weed and they don't lose it like that, do they?
Nope. But, you know, thankfully she's over in Yankee land and not over in England.
Oh, she wants to count her blessings. She ain't over in here. Alden Bennett.
Yeah, I know. Mm-hmm. You know.
Yeah, exactly. We certainly wouldn't tolerate that mouth over here. She'd F around and soon find out, that's for sure. But anyway, what do you think of the Henry thing, Slime? Do you think the police should be in the dock? Do you think I personally think they should be in the dock, and then they should be put in solitary, because they're going to have to.
Do you it's my opinion on it. Do you remember going back a few 2 or 3 years, or maybe during COVID? I think like first year or two of COVID. Do you remember that autistic? I think it was an autistic young person, a young adult. I presume. I'm going to say there was. I can't remember what they were, male, female, or whatnot, right? But they because they might have had like there was autistic, or they might have had like some form of Tourette's, but they said but they had no filter, and they accused this police officer of being I don't know what you call, I'm not going to say it because basically of being a different gender of what they were actually, right, and so that police officer took their personal grievance as despite the family saying this person's got like significant hidden differences, right? It's not malicious what they're saying.
No,
the police officer acted like it was like the law was her law, as it's not. She forgot that she was actually, or this officer was forgetting that they're not actually meant to interpret the law based on what they interpret as. It's the law written in law.
Yeah,
they were taking it upon themselves to take grievance or something because they were offended, right? The police officers that dealt with that Henry situation, they clearly had no common sense. They clearly taken the law upon themselves, because the type of people that take grievance to the fact that Brexit happened or Trump got in 2016, right? Yeah. And because of that, they now think it's fair to they have, because they it's because they lost and they can't handle the fact that they had their own way. Now, basically, every white person's got to suffer, basically.
And also it's all come out, and I'm glad everyone made a great big fuss about it, because the truth's come out now about how they train the police. They're basically training the police to hate white people. I read the report yesterday. I'm going to have to get it not type it all up. I'm going to have to get it all so it's clear. So because the writing is so small, it's ridiculous. I had to borrow my daughter's magnifying glass. Used it. They're basically going against their own people who pay their wages, basically.
I know. It's just like they think, they allow Palestine marches to go where they want to go through London, but if you go through a different form of marching procession, no, that's got to be done this way. You can't do that. You can't wave this flag. You can't put up a Union Jack or St. George flag. But no, if you want to put up a Ukraine flag or a Pride flag or do you know what I mean? It just works. Like
exactly. It's ridiculous. Oh, lesbian Nana. Do you remember lesbian Nana? That funny.
How can any police officer get offended by that?
I don't know, but she's never going to live it down. I mean, at the end of the day, she's famous now. She should be happy that she's famous and that she's actually liked, because people actually like her now. Do you know what I mean? It's so strange.
It's funny how you say these things unfold. It's do you remember when going back to sort of Megxit? Do you remember when Danny Baker, the radio presenter, put up a post on X and people were like, "Oh, he's put a picture of a monkey because he's talking about Harry and Meghan."
Oh, right.
And that was when pretty much nobody cared or nobody knew that Meghan was, I don't know, mixed race. I didn't know. Right, I don't care.
Well, I didn't know until she said,
But the media and the news and the fucking gobshites online, the lefties online, they don't go. They don't care. They don't do the research. Danny Baker, as it happens, his daughter went to school with my a family member of mine, not a blood related family member of mine, by the way. But Danny Baker in the 80s took it upon himself. There was an Indian lad, boy, who was getting racially abused. in that school, and it was Danny Baker that went to the head teacher and got that sorted out, got it stopped. But you don't hear that. You don't hear the media talking about Danny Baker coming to the aid of an Indian boy. You just see, oh, Danny Baker's put a picture of a monkey, and so therefore he must be racist.
Yeah.
But so, you know, people just have, you know, it's ridiculous.
It is, and
fucking ridiculous.
It just feeds into what people want to believe, isn't it?
Yeah, it you know, it just beggars belief. It's all fucking, it's all a load of gobshottery. It's all bollocks. And how they can say, oh, it was that Henry thing, it wasn't, there was no prejudice going into the police officer's decision. But surely when you arrest somebody, you have to do a body check, right?
Yeah.
So how did they not come across blood?
Yeah, and especially
if they were doing a job properly, you would have
Floyd as well. You would have thought they would have said, you know, heard those words, can't breathe. You would have thought they would have took notice, but because he was white and because the actual racists, this is what they do. They all, not Sikhs. From what I know, a Sikh has never done that in our country before. Not that I know of. They have, but Sikhs aren't the problem. It's obviously this family. They're a bit doolally. But you see already, they planned. It's all very calculated, and because the police are taught to believe that because they're not white, they have to go and arrest the white person and basically treat them like the worst scumbag in history. And that's exactly what. Oh, I don't think so, mate. How would that copper know? Because he believed matey on the phone, and that's how they've done it.
If they were doing their job properly, they would have found that Henry had been stabbed because they would have done body search. And I think not only were they prejudiced, they didn't do their job properly in the first place. Yeah,
and I think, to be fair, I think I heard, I don't know how true it is, I'll have to try and get the facts if I can. Apparently, Digwood's dad actually was the one that sat him up and said he needs to go to a hospital or something like that. But these, you know, they just ignored everyone, these coppers, because they're taught they are literally like robots. If Mr. Head says that person's racist, go and arrest them and do whatever, they will go and do it. They won't bother to, you know, ask some questions. You know,
it's like that guy that did the stabbings in Nottingham the other year, where the police and the medical profession did nothing about the guy because they were afraid of being racist. Oh. Now they're doing the complete opposite. They're trying to appease a demographic, and it's making things worse for that demographic.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
You know, because now
it's not right.
You know, they do more damage. They do more damage trying to appease to people. Basically, I was always taught if 9 out of 10 people want things done this way, or 9 out of 10 people in a room are content with how hot or cold the room is, don't appease the 1%. Appease the 9 people in the room, or the 99% of the people. Don't go trying to appease the 1%, because what you'd rather have one disgruntled person than 9 disgruntled people, right?
Yeah.
Right. Now, it's not our fault that predominantly we are a white country.
Yeah.
If I went to, say, Somalia, I'd be the person that would be I'd be the 1%, right? You would not see them trying to appease me. I'd be the one that was marginalised. So
yeah,
it is tough shit.
Yeah.
If I go to a French restaurant and all they've got is snails, right? Who am I to say you can't have that on your menu?
Yeah, exactly. It's like if we went there and tried to do anything that they do when they come here, we wouldn't be alive, and our government wouldn't be able to do it. In fact, our government wouldn't even do anything about it. You hear these stories all the time in Dubai where English people have gone over there either for holiday or for business, accidentally done something, and the next thing you know, they're in jail, basically just for accidentally brushing past someone in a bar. It's, you know, and these countries take the piss out of it as well. They really do milk it. It's really, really bad. But if we were to go over there and do what they do here, we wouldn't be alive. It would be a no-no. But what people don't understand is they think it's okay that they have their laws, their things, but the UK isn't allowed to have any rules, any respect for themselves, any protection for themselves or anything. But those countries are. Make that make sense.
I know, it just seems, it beggars belief how you can say people coming from France are coming from a war-torn country. Also, you know, I recall for years under the Labour government under Tony Blair that they were adamant of trying to stop people from getting on top of trains on the Euro tunnel, because they were going to get, you know, was in danger of being harmed. But now it's all right to come on a boat and drown.
Well, let them do it. If they want to do it, then they know the consequences.
But I don't think that's. I think people should be stopped from harming themselves.
Well, yeah, I think stop.
How can
for good intentions?
It's not about it. It's not even about immigration. It's about if people being put under it, like in harm's way. It's like the truck of. I'm not sure what country they. I think they're Vietnamese. I think, and they were coming in the back of a lorry. I think people were.
The Irish guy, yeah.
Yeah, but you know, everybody said how abhorrent that was when 30 people got put in the back of a trailer and they got starved of oxygen, or they got really hot, or I can't remember how it worked. Everybody was up in arms, but it's all right to put them on a dinghy and let them drown.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, it doesn't make sense, does it? It's
you know, but they weren't coming from a war-torn country. That's the thing. They were coming from poverty.
Yeah.
But so it's all right if you're okay. It's all so apparently nobody cares if you're coming to enrich yourself and have a better life. Nobody gives a shit. But if you were to say you're coming from a war-torn country, aka France, and come here and do nothing and not better anyone, not better your life or not better their life or our life, whatever. That's that's free game. But if you come in the back of a lorry wanting to better yourself, well, apparently no one cares. Yeah. It's only all right if you're coming here on a dinghy, basically.
Yeah, it's absolutely fucking ridiculous. It really is. These people just don't think logically. They really don't. They are very narrow-minded, and they'll shut you down when you want to have a conversation about it. They think that they're always right, and even if you put evidence right in front of their faces, they'll still find a way to twist it, or they will literally not look at it. They will literally not look. I was in a library once I think it was about just after Brexit, that was it. And I was looking for something in the archive, department. You know what I mean? Like when you have to go up to the woman and ask for history bits. And anyway, got chatting to this woman, and it didn't end very well. Considering it was a library, and the woman told her twice to keep it down. She was ever so loud and wanted to be right. And I just politely said to her, well, here's what the people that you're supporting, they're saying it here in their own words from, actually, if you think about it, not that long ago, she wouldn't even look at it. She was right in my face talking to me saying, wouldn't shut up. She wouldn't even look at the evidence. Do you see what I mean? So these people aren't, they're not all right in the head, in my personal opinion.
So I've seen the irony of this. I see a pride flag out hanging above a bookmaker's, right? Which is which the flags alongside the same apartment is showcasing a pride flag alongside a Palestine flag.
Yeah, so that's ridiculous.
Above a bookmaker's. So Work that one out. So in Palestine, you probably wouldn't be allowed to. You're not allowed to gamble, right? And you're most likely, you know, going to get stoned to death or thrown off a building for being gay. So,
yeah,
you know, see the irony. You know, it's to me, it's yeah. I get you're free to support the people of Palestine, but the people in Palestine won't necessarily support you.
yeah, that's right.
It's just like we're appeasing people that won't support us when we need help.
Exactly. But what they won't do though is they won't trot off to these Palestine or whatever countries to see it for themselves. They won't do that because they'll know there's a chance they.
I would love for these people to go to places like Iran.
And then they'll get the truth. They'll see it firsthand. And if they come back alive, they can tell us how they got on.
I know. It's you know, it's just I'd love to see them go over there. I mean, look at that. What's the name? That woman that went to Syria.
She died, didn't she?
No, the one that wants to come back. The one that didn't die. The one that.
Oh,
she wants her passport. Yeah, she wants her passport back. And like, so hang on, you've gone over there and you're knowing what they're like, and now you want to come back. And I'm like, no, thank you.
No, absolutely not.
Can't pick and choose.
No, that's right. Certainly can't pick and choose.
Then you got this British pair went travelling in Iran, and they're like, "Oh, we need help. They've imprisoned us." Well, what were you expecting? Do you not read the news? Have you not watched the news for the last 100 years? Like, the first thing they're going to do when you go to Iran is they're going to go, right, we're going to use you for political gain here.
Yeah.
What were they expecting? A red carpet?
I know.
Don't bog our country down with. Now we've got to be entangled about trying to get these pair of pillocks out of an Iranian jail, right? Why do we need that? I can just, you know, the lady that was released by Iran, because that makes sense because she was a British Iranian or Iranian British, right? And she had parents, right? I can understand why she went back to Iran because her father was ill or something like that. Yeah,
yeah.
Right, that makes sense, and it has to be said that Liz Truss did a brilliant job getting her out because rather than give Iran what they wanted, she went, "You can get, we'll pay you £400 million in aid, but only like medical stuff, like not things that could be used like money to buy weapons or actual things that would run out or like that had a use by date effectively. They can't if they." You know, so much healthcare stuff that they had to use it or lose it. It's not like they could sell it on because, you know, no one's going to buy it. Other countries would have their own medical stuff sorted out, right? This stuff has a sell-by date, as we saw in COVID. That things only lasted so long. You have to throw things away after a certain period. So rather than give Iran what they wanted, she went, you can have the money you want because of an old debt that wasn't paid to Iran or something. We'll give it to you we'll give it to you in medical care rather than physical money or food, for example.
Yeah.
We'll give you medical care stuff. And they went, okay, because they couldn't go no to that because that's not unreasonable. They went, okay, and then she was released. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then, but this Iranian British people, the people went to the two husband and wife went to Iran, knowing that they had no Iranian connection. They were just going there for travel sighting. Like, no. What do you expect to happen? Why are we now entangled trying to get them out?
Yeah.
They had no reason to be in Iran.
No, that's right. You need to get some common sense and just leave these, stay away from these countries.
So, we don't need these lefties going around saying, be kind, everyone's lovely, and then go to somewhere and then realise that they're actually wrong about these people and go, and then shit, we need legal aid now. No, sort yourself out. You took yourself there. It's ridiculous. There's a funny story. Do you remember the couple that went had a boat and they were, I think they was in Africa. They got taken as some pirates took them and held them captive for a year. Maybe longer than that. They were like, they had their own boat and they were taken captive and held hostage. I think it might have been like somewhere like, not Somalia, but it might have been that part of Africa.
Right.
And they were British and they had their own boat and they were held captive. And then in the end, the family members who basically had never spoken or hardly spoken to the couple in like God knows how long, had no connection to them really. They were forced to by the public to sell their house or something to pay for the couple to get released, to pay the fee.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not being funny, but do you know what that couple went on to do when they got released?
What?
Go back and get another boat and go back and do it. Go traveling again to these countries.
Oh, fucking idiots! There's no common sense. These people. Oh, I don't know. They're just on a death wish, aren't they? Really?
It just astounds me. It astounds me.
You just can't make it up, can you? It's absolutely crazy. It really is. But yeah, right. Hang on. I've got what? What's the time? Oh God! Right, I'm going to have to go, Slime.
Yeah, I'm going to let Alex up for a little bit. He wants to come up, and then I'm going to head off.
Okay. All right then.
But thank you for coming up for a lot. It's good to talk to you.
Yeah, no, thanks for having me up, and good to have you back. And I've got to go and do a few bits, and then I'll be back. But I'll have it playing in the background anyway.
Nice one. I'll speak to you soon.
All right. Take care. Cheers.
Bye, mate. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye. Right, Alex. I've put the link in the chat, Alex. Thank you, MMD, for that comment. That's nice of you to say. Well, I'm glad to hear that you're okay about that with that, and cool. Thanks again, Flop. Hello, Cheryl. Is Alex going to join us? I'll wait a couple of more minutes and then I'm going to head off if he doesn't come up. Maybe it's going to take something like a mental health passport, where if you're going to try and enter a country, you can't then, knowing with significant mental health issues, that's going to require a lot of support. You shouldn't. There should be a thing where you're going to have to pay for it yourself. You shouldn't be burdening a mental health system that can't cope with its own people, because it's like dentists. It's like, if you're going to need dental care, pay for it yourself. You can't add to a burden. I'm all fine for immigration, but don't add. You know, if you're coming here with, it's a bit like joining an insurance policy. If you've already got something, they're not probably going to cover you. It's only for things that happen after that policy is taken out. If you're coming with bad teeth or bad mental health, then you shouldn't expect to receive care for that. If it develops after you come to this country, fair dues. But I think if you come here, having pre-had it, you should be made to pay for that any treatment. Otherwise, it's just burdening the system. Hey, Alex is not around, I take it. Is Alex around? Is anyone else wanting to come up quickly? Okay, I don't think Alex is around, so I think I might just have to call it there because I've got things to do as well. Okay. All right, I think we'll leave it there then. Thank you to Flock for coming up. Thanks for the chat. It's been a good get a few things off our chests. Thank you everybody for welcoming me back properly. As I said, it's just been a test run. I've got things to go over and expose soon, so going to be doing okay, Alex, fair dues. Going to be doing stuff like people have been asking if I could do crime content away from Exit. I can do that. Be doing more of the PC sort of family friendly stuff as well on the other channel. But on that account, I'm going to love you and leave you all. And may your slime with you. Goodbye. Hopefully, you heard me say goodbye, people. I don't know whether it didn't play out, but I said thank you everybody for joining me, and see you all next time. Letters.